What's up everybody and welcome to the Beats Authority. Today we are reviewing Beyoncé's Renaissance, and honestly I think it's average. It's nothing we didn't hear before from Beyoncé. That try of doing this dancey house music is just copying what has been done decades before without adding any modern twist to it or anything. Okay, let's dive in. So we start the album with I'm That Girl, and it feels a little too much for me, a little overwhelming for an intro. It's cool. The beat is cool, but there's too much going on. I think it's confusing. It's confused even. I think it's very busy. It doesn't have like one direction where it's clear what they're trying to do or what they're trying to say or to express here. It's all over the place, and as an intro of the album, even though this is not like an intro per se, but this is the first song on the album, I'm not sure what it's saying exactly. Cozy is excellent. Great bounce, great rhythm, excellent vocal performance, excellent flow, excellent back vocals, a lot of nice details from the production with some leads, some stuff that don't happen too often, they just pass by, and that's really great ear candies happening throughout the song almost, on top of the vocal production. The last part of the song though felt like a stretch. It was just making the song longer for no reason. It wasn't adding anything to the song. This is starting from 2:36 when she says I'm cozy. The background vocals feel a little poor. The melodies feel like they're improvised during a demo session. Alien Superstar. So the production is great here. It has that old school dance vibe. I'm really liking the sense of details in this album. There's a lot of things that don't repeat, they come just once, like the arpeggiator that happens at some point here and then it just disappears. I like that. Whatever the reasons are, every single element might have a meaning in terms of the lyrics, or it's just ear candies, or whatever it is just makes it not lazy, and I really appreciate that extra effort to make it sound interesting and not repetitive. But that switch with the chords, that part, just have a lead that is panning left and right, moving around, that is pretty disturbing to me. It's just not nice to hear. It's bothering me. And there is some weird sound also happening that I find distracting. And the outro is pretty cool here. Cuff It is cool. It has that funk disco groove, kind of modernized but not really, because it feels like we heard this before. It's just nothing special. Daft Punk and Pharrell Williams and Nile Rodgers did this already almost 10 years ago in 2013 with Get Lucky, and I checked the credits and guess who's playing the guitar? Nile Rodgers. Obviously that's his signature, and that's great. I don't blame him here. He's a legend, like don't get me wrong. It's more about doing a modern version of something old that has been already modernized, and I think in that case, and considering you are Beyoncé and Beyoncé is the boss of her game, I just expect a little more effort in trying to make it sound a little different. So you took something that exists already and you did exactly how it is. You didn't add anything to it. And I think the comparison with Drake, honestly, never mind, here makes sense, because these are officially dance albums that are happening right now in 2022 and taking old school dance rhythms and recreate them. And by the way, if you haven't already, check my review of Drake, honestly, never mind. Even though you may argue this is potentially better produced album, but it's easier to do this because you are just copying things that were done for years and years and years and years. You just do the same thing, add a 1% twist to it, and that's it. In the Drake scenario, he just literally made a Drake version of this, and that's what I really appreciate about the Drake album, that so far I don't see here. Energy has an amazing energy. I love this song. The Skrillex production reminds me of some of the Donda productions, not in terms of vibe or groove or any of that, but it's more about how minimal and empty it is. There's not much going on in the production. It's super simplistic, but it doesn't feel empty. It feels amazingly balanced, and that's great production, and again with a great sense of details. Break My Soul is the main single on this album. There is nothing really to say about it. It's a great song. Everything is good about it. The only thing I can say is that, as I said before, it sounds like we heard this before. This type of songs with these MCs shouting on the back and these cheap sounding pianos, all these things have been done before in the 90s, in the 80s, and is just doing exactly the same thing without adding any element, any modern element or any Beyoncé element to it. It's just exactly that, and that's my problem here. But it's a great song, except the rap part, the outside part. Church Girl is a little weird. It sounds like a demo. It sounds like unfinished, incomplete, sounds cheap, empty. It feels like the idea is there, but it's not exactly defined. So it's going all over the place. And by the way, I don't mind this. Like, from time to time, songs that don't sound completely perfect and polished and finished. Kanye does that a lot, but it has to be done with taste, where it's enough and not too much and not too little. There's a perfect balance of having it ready enough to be out, and I don't think this is the case here. This literally sounds like a demo that was meant to be sent to another producer or something for an opinion, but it doesn't feel finished at all. At some point you can hear the back vocals taking over the main vocal, and that's some weird mixing technique that makes it sound even more unfinished. But the very first sample, how the song started, was really nice. They should have kept it there maybe. Plastic Off the Sofa, it feels like a filler, to be honest. It's a very, very forgettable song. You will not remember this. Excellent vocal performance, great vocal production, but really nothing special on the beat or on the music itself. It's cool, like it's something that you would want to hear in a loungy environment, but means background music. What much can I say about Virgo's Groove? Not much. It's kind of the same as the previous one. These are songs for Beyoncé hardcore fans. They will be the only people enjoying this. It's nice, it's cute, but nothing special. It's just another song. The outro is amazing. That's where we hear the great Beyoncé performance. Move. So the way it starts reminds me very much of the Tokyo Drift melody. The do 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 do. The beat is great. The production is on point. Everything is really good here. It's produced by P2J. This guy works with Burna Boy. The vibe is great, but the second part was not necessary to me. Starting from the chords, you're dragging it. Heated, boring, forgettable, nothing special. And the rap, Beyoncé, listen to me. Your rap sucks, honestly. How can you? And Jay-Z, bro, give her some help. Like, she's right there. She needs some help with the rap parts. Thick. This is the Beyoncé I like. It's super serious, pop, great, overproduced, amazing. There's nothing to say about it. It's pretty experimental, and that's what I like about it, and that's what I like about Beyoncé here, and the production as well, because it has a trap part, a dance part, slow part. It goes all over the place in very different extremes, but at the same time it stays as one unit. It's not like the intro where it felt all over the place, but it's like confusing a little bit. This is solid with a lot of different moments created throughout the song. All up in your mind. I don't really understand what's going on. It's not a great song. The mixing is horrible. Like, her vocals is way on the back. There's a lot of things happening, and there's no hierarchy between the different elements. It's just a little messy for me. America Has a Problem is a great song. It has a dangerous mood that I like, but also it has a lot of good switches, great details, great production, great vocal production, the chords, everything is cool, but it's just nothing special. It's just another song. I'm really not impressed. Pure Honey is boring. I'm just gonna stop it there. It feels like it's trying too hard to be something, to be cool, or to be something that it's not. It's just forced a little bit. And also, when it's song that average, why do you drag them for 5 minutes like that? Summer Renaissance is sampling Donna Summer, I Feel Love. And please, let people rest in peace. Like, if you take this to be sampled, it has to be better than the previous version. It's not possible otherwise. And this is absolutely not better in any capacity. No. Sounds distorted, sounds cheap, sounds poorly mixed, and sounds old. And talking about bags, brands, Chanel, or whatever, Givenchy, or whatever the fuck it is. I mean, come on, that's for poor people. That's for millionaires. You are a billionaire. Let that distasteful type of stuff for Meg Thee Stallion type of music. Don't do that, Beyonce. You're better than that. My favorite song here was Thick, and least favorite was Summer Renaissance, because that's insulting the original song. Overall, I think this album is average for Beyonce, considering who she is and what are the resources that she has and who are the people she has access to. It's insane to consider having an average project, something that a lot of people could have done. She is the boss of the game, and she has been a leader so far. Every time she drops a project, it has an innovation element, something new. We have, of course, the crying Beyonce, the fun Beyonce, the sexy Beyonce, the feminist Beyonce. All of that is there, and she does it in a very tasteful manner. But at the same time, musically, there is a new sound, something new to explore. Here, I don't feel that. Even though they were trying to do this dancey stuff, yeah, cool, but even the dancey stuff they did is literally a copy of what it was decades ago. They didn't do anything new to it. They didn't add any twist to it. They didn't make it Beyonce. I like how the album is built like a DJ said. There are like nice transitions from a song to another. They speed up the BPM at the end of a song so it matches the next song. As an overall project, yeah, it's cool, it's consistent, but to me this could have been maybe 75% of its time, even though it's not a very long project. It's 1 hour, but it could have been shorter. If you made it until here, thank you very much for listening. Please let me know, what did you think about this album? Did you like it, not like it? Do you like Beyonce? Do you like this album? Is it your favorite Beyonce album? Is it the worst Beyonce album? Like this video, like this video, like this video. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel and see you next week. Peace.